Hey, how's it going? This is Aaron Walker of Spotlight Studios. A lot of you asked me how to do the strum pattern for Over Again, I think it's called, by One Direction, because I got a little video that shows that. But let's do this again real fast, okay? Let me be more specific with the fingers, okay? All right, so the chords are essentially E minor, C, G, and this would be some sort of D over F sharp, okay? And I'm saying all those things relative as if the capo is 0, okay? So obviously, not obviously, but whenever you have the capo at 7 and you play E minor, you're actually playing a B minor. And then when the capo is at 7 and you play C, you're actually playing a G. So what are the chords actually? I think it's B minor, G, D, and then A over C sharp, okay? Is it A? Yep, A over C sharp, okay? So with the capo though, it's E minor, C, G, and then D over F sharp. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, send me a message and let's work together, okay? All right, so let's talk about that strum pattern, okay? So actually, let me say one thing. I'm teaching this one girl this song, and instead of playing E minor, she actually just holds a C without the first finger, and that actually works fine for the first chord because you don't even hit the A string in the first chord, you know what I mean? So your thumb is on the bottom string, and then it goes the third finger, second finger, and then the first finger, okay? So 1 and 2 and. So just thumb, 3, 2, 1. Try that. Ready, go. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and. Okay, now I'm gonna add the next step. Okay, you just do the 3, 2, 1 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 4 and we're going to go to the first fret of the B string with our first finger, okay? That will complete the C chord shape. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it goes up there, right? Let's practice just that much. You need to do these step at a time and get the first part perfect before we move on to the next part, okay? So let's just keep on hammering out this first part. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and ready and go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm gonna do one more slower. Ready and go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so rewind the video, get that perfect, all right? Next step, we're going to the C chord, all right? 4 and 1, beat 1, you use the 10th fret of the A string, okay? So that's our root note right there, the C. It's not really a C, it's a G, but we're just calling it a C. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and something like that. So what that is thumb, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Let's think about this. Thumb, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3. Go up to 3 again. So it's thumb, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3. Fingers are thumb, 1, 2, 3. All right. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Just get that much with me, okay? 3, and 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Ready, go. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Ready, go. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay? 4 and 4, and you pull off the first fret of the B, and you pull your finger off. Okay? I don't know where you are in your guitar playing, haha. But you strike, you hold the first fret of the B, you strike the note, and without striking it again with your right hand, or if you're left-handed, your left hand, then you pull the string off, and it should ring. It's almost like you're pulling the string with your left hand, actually. Okay, so it's a little tough, so you can continue to practice. Just practice just that. One little tip, you might be getting this kind of a sound. You heard the top 2 strings? That sound, you don't want that sound. So what you need to be doing is, let's see. I don't know, I've done it a million times. You need to do it a million times also to try to stop. I'm forcing this finger to stop whenever it gets to the next string. I'm pulling my finger this way. I'm not pulling my finger off the fretboard. I'm pulling it to the ground, okay? And I'm stopping it whenever I feel my finger resting on that string this way, okay? That's the deal, all right? That's a little tough, but you can do it. All right, so it is at the second chord, the C chord, 3 and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and, okay? Actually, that time, you saw I cheated a little bit. I had this pinky on the top string, and no matter how I pull it off, well, I'm muting it right here, so that's another way you get around it, but I'll try not to do it this time. 3 and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and, yeah, there we go. We're gonna keep practicing that. Ready? 3 and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and ready, and go, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and ready, and go, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and ready, and go. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and ready, go. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and last time, go, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and, all right. So yeah, we'll just do this a chord at a time. So there's that E minor chord, there's our C chord. Now this G chord, you're at the C here, this third finger hops down a string, and that's it. That's all you have to hold, okay? Because our thumb is gonna go on that bottom string, the third finger goes on the B string, second finger on the string right below that, and then the first finger on the string right below that, okay? That's, if you could just get a little bear claw going in here and just like place it on there, if you could just practice from the thumb up or from the third finger down, that'd be great. Or the other way. Do it slow. I know I'm demonstrating it quickly, but you need to practice getting comfortable doing that motion. Other way. Practice that yourself, because it's going to be so useful in this song and in many other songs. All right, so let's do that third chord. It's the G chord. It's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I think every chord is a different arrangement of your fingers. I mean, I haven't written this down or anything. I'm just talking to you right now as I'm thinking it. So let's just think about this. It goes thumb, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3. Okay, that's a little different. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this one's really, it's one of the easier ones, okay? So I'm letting you do this by yourself, okay? Just you need to practice this part by yourself. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it'd be useful to put it on a loop and just never just do it 1,000 times until your fingers are comfortable doing that. You can make a song out of that. That'd be valuable just to experiment with your guitar that way. Just, hey, that sounds kind of good. It's not totally ripping off the song, you know? Just have fun with your guitar, okay? Don't be afraid to, like, just experiment with stuff, okay? Side note, right? All right, so music gets me really excited. So let's do the next chord, all right? And this was, what is that? A over C sharp, or with the capo on, it's going to be a D over F sharp. So it's going to be with your second finger at the dot at the bottom string, and then the third finger at the dot of the G string. All right, so that's we're gonna go thumb 3, 2, thumb 3, 2, thumb 3. Okay, that's similar to the last chord, but we don't have the first finger in this one. Okay, thumb 3, 2, thumb 3, 2, thumb 3. 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and last time, go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all right. Now the thing that I really hammer on as a guitar teacher is making really clean chord shapes. Not that, but that. You can hear every single note. And then the other thing that's really important is changing chords in time, all right? So let's talk about how to go from one chord to the next chord, and then from that chord to the next chord, and from that chord to the next chord, okay? So the first one is E to C, right? E minor, I should say, to C. All right? So like I said at the beginning of this video, you can actually just hold a C shape minus, oops, bumped you there. You can hold a C shape. So like I said at the beginning of this video, you can hold a C shape, take off the first finger, and that's good enough for this E minor because we're not hitting this third finger right there, okay? So we went over the strum pattern, so let's go through it and then get to the first note of the next chord, okay? So what is that going to be? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That one is not so bad, y'all, because your third finger is already at the note it needs to be at, okay? So you should just hop that thumb up and hit the A string right there, okay? 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Once you feel pretty confident with that, let's do the first chord and the second chord. 3 and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... Now let's go from the second chord to the first note of the third chord, okay? The C chord to the G chord. 3 and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. That's kind of nice because your thumb all it has to do is hop down, and this third finger all it has to do is hop down also just to get to that 10th fret of the bottom string. 3 and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, ready, and go, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Last time, ready, and go, and 1. Now let's do those two chords together. 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now that one might be a little more difficult, but I think the key is that your third finger is hovering over that B string the whole time, okay? Let me think about that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Yeah, that third finger is on the C chord. It's doing that first fret and then the pull off, so it doesn't need to move from there, okay? You want to make as... Don't move your hand when you don't have to, okay? Try to keep your fingers in the ballpark, okay? In a way that maybe I'll say this at the beginning of this video, maybe I'll just say it right now, is you need to have something on your hand planted on the body of the guitar, okay? So for me, that equates to this kind of like palm / ball of my hand part on the body of the guitar right here. If I don't need the bottom string, okay? If in that chord I don't need the bottom string, I can actually rest it against that bottom string right there, okay? My palm is on, or the wrist is on the guitar, okay? So that I have leverage right here, and all of the strength comes from my fingers, okay? You don't want to get into the place where you're doing like you don't want to be moving like crazy. The smaller you can move, that's really, really important, okay? So practice that. So now we're on the G chord, and we need to go to the last chord, all right? So here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. I was being dramatic that time moving my hand, okay, but I'll keep it planted like I just said. This one's easy though because the third finger just hops down to the second finger, just ready to go, just like that. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, ready and go, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Let's do both chords. Ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And you're back at the beginning. All right, so how difficult is that last one? Let's think about it. 1 and 2. You do have to lift and shift that third finger up 3 strings and down a fret, okay? But the reason this is also really important, your second finger, if you're right-handed like I am, and this is your left hand, and you're using your left hand to fret the board, your second finger is the longest, okay? So if you're reaching towards the bottom strings, you need to be using that second finger 90% of the time, okay? Like for your G chord, what's at the bottom? Your second finger, because it reaches best, okay? I mean, there's a ton of examples of that, but that's just the first one that comes to mind. So, I mean, this is another one, so where I happen to be on my third finger, because in this particular song it makes a ton of sense to go from this C to that G where I just hop down because of what the next chord's going to be, which is what I'm telling you right now. It needs to be, you're just going to lift this and put that second finger down so that that third finger can then go to the second fret of the G, okay? So let's just go 1 and 2, wait, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and stop at that second fret of the G once we get there. I think it's 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So, if you're sitting there and practicing the song, you know what's difficult to you, okay? You need to slow down and focus on those sections. I probably broke it down in this video. So if the hard part is you can't get to that note, slow down, please, and just go 1 and 2, slower. Don't care how slow you do it as long as you do it perfectly, okay? You do it really well at a very slow speed and you're training your fingers to make those movements that are uncomfortable right now, okay? That's the deal. So that's pretty much it for the song, okay? I'll do it one more time for you, really slow and easy, and I'll do the counting. But if you need guitar lessons in Houston, Texas, then I'd love to teach you personally, okay? My name's Aaron. My business is called Spotlight Studios, okay? So email me at aaronspotlight@gmail.com. Thanks a lot for commenting, and please subscribe to my page. That'd be great. I'm going to continue to keep doing easy guitar lessons, okay? Tell me what you want to learn, and I'll do it, all right? Here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and